ng too much snow. And consistently named ang Vancouver as one of the most livable cities in the world. So, market outlook sa British Columbia. This one was taken from the provincial government's website. It tells you that in the next 8 years, until 2029, there are around 600,000 jobs that will be created. And those jobs will be created to replace the people who are expected to retire. While the remaining percentage, that's around 262,000, will be created as a result of economic growth. So ano yung message sa atin? Kahit na may pandemic, kahit na may magkaroon ng economic recession, may mga jobs pa rin sa British Columbia because a lot of people will retire in the next 8 years. This one was also taken from the government's website. It tells us the top most demand trades or occupations sa BC, yung may mga hard science ino-offer sa VCC. And for those programs na related sa technology, business, you can see their job prospects as well. Marami din job openings. So you might say Vancouver has mataas ang cost of living sa Vancouver. Undeniably, totoo yan. However, something to remember, annually, nag-i-increase ang minimum wage sa British Columbia. Right now, it's $14.6 per hour. And in June, it's expected to increase to $15.2 per hour. So for those of you who will work, kasi additional source ng income yon, this is a very good point to remember, okay? Increasing ang salary annually sa BC. And how about unemployment rate? Pre-pandemic, so in 2019, British Columbia has one of the lowest unemployment rates. That's 4.7%, ang next to Yukon. Nung nagkaroon ng pandemic, at the height of the pandemic sometime in June last year, tumaas siya sa 11.2%. However, because of the very good recovery plan ng province, it is continuously going down. Right now, it stands at 8.0%. Bumaba na siyang 7.2 noong December. Then, in terms naman of employment rate, ang BC ang may isa sa pinakamataas, that's 60.2%. So study options at BCC, meron kami ng mga programs na yan. We have baking and pastry, our most popular program, culinary arts, cosmetology, transportation trade, business and management, hospitality management, technology, first year university, early childhood care or ACCE, health sciences, music, dance, and design, we have fashion and graphic design, and office assistant. Okay, so I'm going to highlight some programs because first, napakataas ng employment rate nila, okay? And mababa ang attrition rate. Second, these programs are good for 2 years, which means eligible kayo to apply for up to 3 years of post-graduation work permit. And the programs also have very reasonable admission requirement and also tuition fees. So, itong nasa left, makikita nyo dyan guys kung ano yung credential na maibibigay sa inyo ng program, how much is the tuition fee for the whole program duration, and how much is the expected annual median salary once you enter the workforce and you start working. Okay, so itong mga nasa left are our business and management programs. These two programs require college degree. So if you want to upgrade your college credential, meron ng kayong college degree, these are great options for you, okay? Because these are post-degree diploma programs. And these two programs don't require IELTS, okay? You just have to submit a certification that English is the medium of instruction. And for example, sa Canadian Business Management, it has 100% employment rate in the last 5 years. May co-op component siya for 20 hours. And you will gain, of course, foundations sa business management, administration, and finance. Dito naman sa hospitality management, most Filipinos are enrolled in this program. Mga Filipinos are enrolled in this program kasi ang Vancouver is very strong in tourism and hospitality. That's why maraming jobs available sa hospitality or sa tourism industry. So that's the tuition and that's the expected annual median salary when you complete the program and start working. We were voted as the best place in the city to train for work in the hospitality industry. Now we go to our marketing technology diploma program and accounting program. Ito yung newest business programs namin, no? The credential is diploma. Nag-accept pa kami ng applications for fall 2021 and for winter also. Then, itong marketing technology, the details are there. I will not elaborate. Except lang yung sa IELTS. This requires an IELTS or Duolingo. We are accepting Duolingo. Kung ayaw nyo ng IELTS, ito ang yung academic requirement. And when you finish the program, you are expected to perform entry-level role in brand management, traditional and digital marketing, and CRM database management. Si accounting diploma naman, yung mahilig mag-crunch ng numbers, ito guys, only requires grade 12 or up to second year college kung part kayo ng old curriculum. Then that's the tuition for 2 years. That's expected salary. And this is your job prospect upon program completion. These are our most popular programs, okay? So baking and pastry, it's super popular na first week or first 2 days of the app when the application opens, puno na agad yung seats. So this is offered kapag fall and winter. We're still accepting applications for winter 2022. Wala na sa fall, puno na yung seats. Nasa rank 10 siya sa most in-demand occupations sa BC. The details are there. Itong BC Food Safe Certificate Level 1, pwede nyo na lang ihabol, okay? You can get your LOO, then bago kayo mag-start ng program, make sure you submit this Food Certificate Level 1. Sa Culinary Arts, the details are also there. It has a continuous intake. It's the #1 most in-demand job sa BC. So for both programs, hindi lang kayo tuturuan how to cook, how to prepare a kitchen menu, but we will also learn skills on business development, sales and marketing, other entrepreneurial skills kasi in-expect namin kayo na you will own also your own businesses like bakeries or cafe when you complete the program. We're the largest baking and culinary school in Western Canada, and we were voted as the best professional culinary school in 2020. So very popular itong programs na to. To those of you na ayaw ng academics and hindi mahilig sa books or sa classroom type of learning, we have this transportation trade program. So ito both related sa car repairs. It's a question kung ano yung part ng cars, and high school lang ang qualifications nito for you to be considered for admission. Ito naman is related sa pag-repair ng consumer electronics like home appliances, laptop, cell phone. Okay? And you can see there that the projected salaries are very lucrative. So sa cosmetology diploma, ito lang yung program namin na walang academic requirement, regardless kung elementary or high school natapos ng student. But of course, we require IELTS kasi English yung setting ng pagtuturo. And sa cosmetology, you will gain 2 certificates, 1 for each, hairstyle and body care. And kapag natapos nyo itong dalawa, meron pa kayong isang diploma. So usually, students would withdraw from the program after 1 year kasi nakakakuha sila ng job offer. That's how in demand yung profession na ito sa Canada, sa BC. Kasi Red Seal designated programs ito. So once you complete sa BCC, you will be able to work across Canada. Okay, now we go to our computer-related programs or technology-related programs. Computer systems technology, the admission requirement is high school, and those are the expected annual median salaries. If you can see, it has one of the highest. Ito naman si Network Technology, Administration, Security. Good news, naka-waive ang IELTS nito. In-offer lang siya tuwing September or fall intake. We're still accepting applications for September 2021, pero papuno na yung seats, so apply as soon as possible. And it doesn't require you to have a technology-related course. Kahit anong discipline, pwede kayo mag-apply dito. Meron kaming pinakabagong program na related na, ang tawag sa kanya, Network Security. Ang credential na ibibigay sa inyo is Advanced Certificate, and that program requires prior experience or education sa tech kasi advanced na yung certificate credential niya. So Vancouver has been named as the top city in North America for tech job growth. Nadaig pa namin ang New York, Los Angeles, and other cities in North America in terms of the number of jobs created or increase in the number of jobs sa technology sector. That's in the last 3 years. Yung may mga background sa architecture or engineering or mahilig gumawa ng technical designs or let's say 3D models, we have computer-aided design and building information modeling, drafting technicians ito. It has 100% employment rate. Kami lang ang school sa Canada ang nag-offer ng steel construction modeling. So yung mga employers would fly to Vancouver just to hire our CAD and BIM graduates. These are some of the works masterpieces of our CAD and BIM graduates. We also have early childhood care and education, yung mahilig sa education and care service. It's practically taking care of children and those with special needs. Napaka-heavy nito sa practicum, a total of 7 or 720 hours. Average median salary is 37,541. Sabihin niyo mababa kasi that one combines the salary of the assistant and the licensed educator. Pwede kang maging assistant as long as makompleto mo ang first term. Then you can work as a part-time while continuing your study. Okay, but once you complete the study, you need to take your exam, get yourself licensed, then definitely you will earn higher. So FYI, meron din kaming program on fashion design and production, graphic design, jewelry art, virtual reality and augmented reality, also music and dance. Ang graphic design is very competitive, so I really encourage early applications. Of course, we have the first year university transfer. So bakit sa college na muna kayo mag-first year before you transfer to a bigger university? Kasi it's cost effective, may focus kasi maliliit lang ang average class size. Ito yung mga program areas na in-offer itong first year university transfer, that's the tuition. And you can check this website where you can transfer. Mga partners na schools namin like UBC or Simon Fraser. So yung mga interested sa short-term programs, meron din kaming nito, admin professional, legal admin assistant, medical office assistant, medical transcriptionist. Of course, I will encourage you to take the programs that are at least 8 months in duration. So itong dalawa, admin professional and medical transcriptionist, kasi para maging eligible kayo sa PGWP, dapat at least 8 months ang program ninyo. Okay, so IELTS, I already mentioned, iba-iba yung scores na nire-require namin. It could be from 5.0, as low as 5.0, as high as 6.5. Ito yung mga English test na ina-accept namin. So, temporarily nag-a-accept kami ng Duolingo up until winter 2022. It's the easiest English test kung ayaw niyo ng academic. So, habang ina-accept siya, apply na kayo and kuha na kayo ng Duolingo. Online lang siya, 1 hour. It costs 2,400 and may result na in 2 days. And like what I said, may 3 kaming programs, guys, na hindi na kailangan ng IELTS or Duolingo. Ito yung 2 postgraduate diploma na Business and Project Management, Canadian Business Management, at yung isang technology, Network Technology Admin Security. So tuition, iba-iba ang tuition per program, but I just summarized them according to credentials. Nandyan po yung range niya per credentials. That's for the whole program duration. We have an application fee of $145, and medical services plan. All international students are required to get BCMSP. That's after 3 months when you apply. So while waiting na ma-release yung plan nyo, you can get your private coverage or we can help you. Accommodation is good if you have relatives sa Vancouver, pero kung wala, we have this homestay arrangement. You have your own room, you have your own table, you have access to the sala, toilet, sa laundry, sa phone, and you have 3 meals per day. And the cost of that arrangement is $854 per month. So COVID-19 updates. If you're looking for a province na kaunti lang ang COVID-19 cases, take a look sa graph na ito. 8% of the total cases in Canada is in Vancouver, which is still very good as compared to other provinces. And BC province is recovering faster compared to other provinces, even in terms of employment, holding up better than British Columbia. There's an ongoing vaccination, and there was a recent announcement from the Immigration Department na pwede kayong mag-apply ng PGWP kahit na entirely na kompleto niyo yung program from your home country, like the Philippines. Pero syempre guys, advice ng VCC, you have to see that as an interim measure. Kasi yung mga employers sa Canada, tinitingnan na nila yung work experience niyo. So, kahit kaunting percentage, pumunta pa rin kayo sa Canada just to experience how to work there, how to gain industry experience or network. Then ang VCC has an approved COVID-19 readiness plan. Since October, we have been welcoming international students to fly to Vancouver and have their classes. Most classes are online, pero yung mga programs na heavy sa practicum like culinary, baking, cosmetology, we require limited face-to-face learning na may physical distancing. Okay, I'm mindful of that time. So we provide these services. We have free counseling services. Meron din kaming free tutorial services because we really want you to succeed in your programs. Okay, pati yung pag-prepare ng resume nyo, kung mag-a-apply na kayo, we help you do that. Some of the services we provide. So why VCC, guys? Location. I already mentioned that Vancouver is the most beautiful city with great quality of life, great healthcare, great education, great infrastructure. It's a great place for you to study, live, and work, and very mild on climate. So in this one, very important, we offer practical education. So we really want you to gain the confidence and the job readiness kahit nag-aaral pa lang kayo. That's why we have these on-campus facilities na fully operational. Nag-cater ito sa public and they are managed and run by our students. Mga mura lang ang charges kasi mga students ang nagpo-provide ng service. Sa salon and spa, sa bakery, sa restaurant, these are all popular because mga students ang nagma-manage and nagpo-provide nga ng service. So in these facilities, you will gain real Canadian work experience. We have the industry connection kasi most of our students are local. So we receive a lot of calls every day asking kung may mga bago kaming graduates na pwedeng i-hire ng mga alumni namin. Our jobs are in demand kasi it's our responsibility to provide the needed skills by the society. So we're funded by the government. We need to supply the needed skills. Our employment rate is very high. Sinabi ko na yan, 95% ang average. 100% ang Canadian Business Management, ang CAD and BIM, and Network Technology, Admin and Security, and Baking and Pastry Arts. And our programs make you eligible to apply for post-graduation work permit. And of course, very important, we have the reputation. Kung may kakilala kayo sa Vancouver area, I'm sure they know Vancouver Community College because it's very popular there. It has the reputation, very good reputation. So what's next? Work with Kanata, but just to walk you through, choose a program first. I'm sure at this point, hopefully nakapagpili na kayo. But before you apply, check first kung nag-accept pa ng application. Kasi very in-demand ang programs. I'll mention this early. Hindi nag-allocate ang VCC ng slots per country. So paunahan ang application. First qualified, first offered. The earlier you apply, the higher is the chance you will get a seat. Okay? So submit a complete application package. Ano yung complete application package? Ang standard documents natin, VCC application form, copy of your official transcript, photo, page of your passport, IELTS or Duolingo, or certification of English is the medium of instruction. Then you have to pay the application fee, which is $145. So if you're qualified and if there's a slot, if there's a seat, you will receive an offer. We have letter of offer, wala kaming LOA. In 2 weeks after application, then to accept that offer or to maintain your seat, you need to settle the initial deposit na nakalagay doon sa offer. Then using the receipt of your payment and the letter of offer, you can apply now for study permit. And take note of this application period. Application starts as early as 11 months before the program starts. So paunahan talaga siya kasi very competitive ang programs ng VCC. Ang daming gusto makapasok. I hope there are more Filipinos applying kasi nauunahan tayo ng ibang bansa. So we have a lot of testimonials. One of that is Cheska here, a Filipina student enrolled in our culinary arts program. She said that every day she feels like she's getting closer to her dream of becoming a chef because of making the right choice, that's choosing VCC. We're on social media. I'm also on social media, official VCC account, Rona Diaz, for those who have questions. If you want to check program-specific YouTube videos, you can check that link, Experience VCC. And that's it. So here's my email address. Feel free to email me if you have questions. But like what I said, you can also work with Kanata, definitely. They can assist you with your applications. And sorry, Francis and Catherine, just very quickly, I'll present this video. It's just 1 hour, 1 minute, and 30 seconds.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a chef.
I wanted to be a nurse.
Hairdresser, fashion designer.
I wanted to be a rock star. The overall environment and atmosphere was unlike any other school I had been to before. It was very relaxed, very open.
Right when you step into class, you'll definitely make a few friends right away on day one. Everyone there is there to learn and also for personal growth.
The other students that I'm learning with constantly force me to raise the bar. It feels more like you're part of a team than you are part of a student body. I don't like to be bored in one place. I like things to be constantly changing and to be constantly challenged. So it's not just classroom work. They put us in lab and they put us out in the real world and they give us realistic expectations of what the job is going to actually look like. I do feel that having a physically smaller campus, smaller classrooms, fewer people, it's a lot more intimate. You actually get a chance to know your classmates and your colleagues as opposed to just being a part of a giant crowd of people. VCC is the catalyst to your potential.
I'm going to be a chef.
A dental hygienist, a musician, a baker, a nurse,
A graphic designer. Finally going to be a mechanic.
and I'm on my way there because of VCC.
All right, so that ends my presentation. Just to cap it off, if your ultimate goal for going to Canada is find a job, find a college that has high employment rate and that has employable programs. And VCC is that college. All right, so I'll hand it over to you now, Francis. Thank you so much for your attention.
Okay, thank you, Rona, for that very informative presentation about Vancouver Community College. Our final speaker for this afternoon is our own education counselor from Kanata Education. She's also quite famous now on YouTube, giving insights and some details on how to apply for a student in Canada. So, Catherine.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Sir Francis. Thank you so much for that introduction. So, di pa naman tayo masyadong sikat sa YouTube. Anyway, ayan. So, thank you so much, guys, for spending your afternoon with us today. Can you see the screen? Yan.
All right.
Can you hear me? Naririnig niyo ako? Narinig mo ako?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. So welcome to Study in Canada webinar with Kanata Education. So let us discuss why you should study in Canada. So yes, so Canada is known to be one of the most educated countries in the world, which is being shown that half of its population is has a tertiary education. So of course, in Canada, you will be internationally accredited, and it is one of the most affordable countries to study compared to the US, the UK, and the Australia. They also offer a diverse culture and society, and then of course, a healthy and safe community, as well as global language education. So as you can see earlier, Vancouver Community College offers also an exciting community. Sige, click mo lang yung presentation. Offers an exciting campus environment, of course, a world-class innovative education, and you know, Filipinos would want to have a possible migration, and of course, unlimited opportunities that awaits you in Canada. Okay, so what are the documents required to start your application as a student in Canada? So of course, you need to submit your valid passport and your academic transcripts, such as your college transcript of records, and then your college diplomas, other IDs, and IELTS, which is a requirement from Vancouver Community College, and your CV, of course, for assessment and program recommendation. Okay, so what is the process on becoming a student in Canada? So number one is you have to consult with your counselor. So this step is very crucial in starting your application as a student, because this is where your counselors will do an assessment of you, and that's where we can provide you the right program recommendation. And it's very important that your program that you're going to take in Canada is related either to your work experience or your education background. After we have decided, or you've decided which program to take, you then need to gather and submit all the required documents, and then we will submit it to Vancouver Community College for the offer letter. Yes, we will be applying to a designated learning institution and then wait for the offer letter. Once we have received the offer letter from Vancouver Community College, you will then confirm your slot by paying the tuition fee. So once you've confirmed your slot, we will then start the process for your visa application, which is by getting a medical exam. And then you must complete all the required visa requirements, and then we'll then submit it for your visa application. Okay, so there are two types of visa application when applying as a student in Canada. So first one is the regular stream, or the most preferred option for visa application of the students. So why is that? It's because pre-pandemic, the waiting time for regular streams are usually 6 to 8 weeks. But during this time of COVID, the assessment usually runs from 12 weeks. So that's based on the IRCC's website. Now, one of the requirements for the regular stream application is your proof of acceptance, which is the offer letter from VCC, a proof of identity, which will be your IDs and your passport, and then proof of financial support. This is where your sponsor is coming from. So ito yung magpo-provide sila ng show money para sa inyo on behalf of you. So the show money required is 1 year tuition fee and 1 year living cost. So the 1 year living cost is around 10,000 Canadian dollars, and the tuition fee ranges between 17 to 19,000 Canadian dollars. So i-add nyo lang yun, then that would be your proof of financial support. And then of course, you need to write a letter of explanation or your statement of purpose na tinatawag, o yung study plan. So all throughout the process, all throughout your journey in applying as a student in Canada, we will be assisting you from your program recommendation until the submission of your visa application. So we also do help you in writing your statement of purpose. So once again, for regular stream, the requirements are the proof of acceptance from the school, the proof of identity, your proof of financial support, which is the show money from your sponsor. So this sponsor doesn't have to be in Canada, guys, ha, kahit saan silang part ng mundo. So as long as they have access to their bank accounts and they can provide the statement of account, then okay lang yun. And then lastly is the statement of purpose. Okay, so the other type of application is the study direct stream, which is a straightforward and hassle-free type of application. So bakit siya hassle-free? So Sir Francis? Yes, okay, so study direct stream pre-pandemic, the waiting time runs between 4 to 6 weeks. However, during this time of pandemic, hindi siya ganon na 4 to 6 weeks. So hindi siya nasusunod masyado. So other than that, the requirements will be your IELTS with a score of a minimum band of 6. And then you are required to purchase a guaranteed investment certificate worth 10,000 Canadian dollars, and your payment of tuition fee of 1 year, and of course your statement of purpose as well. So dito guys, sa study direct stream, you're not required to provide bank statements in kagaya dun sa regular stream. So dito, you are going to purchase the GIC sa Canada, and we will assist you in doing that. So kaya parang in advance nyo na lahat, and you also paid your 1-year tuition fee. So that is the study direct stream. Now, why you should not let COVID stop you from reaching your dreams? As mentioned earlier, the schools are leaning towards online learning or delivery of the program through online. And then syempre kapag ka nag-online learning ka sa bahay mo ikaw nag-aaral, so you don't necessarily have to fly to Canada, which means you don't have to look for part-time jobs to pay extra for rent or your living allowance. And then, of course, you still qualify for PGWP even if you study online. All right, so now that you have decided to apply to Vancouver Community College, there are certain conditions that are required to meet when becoming a student. Of course, you have to be always enrolled at a designated learning institution. You need to make progress towards your programs. Syempre guys, hindi pwedeng pabagsak-bagsak tayo dito. Kailangan pa rin nating mag-aral. And you need to respect the conditions of your student permit. And then you need to stop studying if you do not meet the requirements. And of course, leave Canada when your permit expires. Okay, so one of the exciting benefits of becoming an international student in Canada is that you can work while studying. So there are 3 ways to find job or to earn as a student. One is on-campus jobs. If there are availability in the campus, then you can, of course, you can always apply. And then off-campus jobs, kung ano man yung background nyo, maybe you wanted to work in a restaurant or coffee shops, or siguro may skill kayo in editing or sa mga freelancing, ganyan. So you can work off-campus. And of course, if your program has a co-op, then you can also earn money through that. Kasi some companies will pay you because you have a co-op dun sa papasukan. Okay? And then during school semester or pag may pasok, you are allowed to work 20 hours per week. And kapag ka naman semestral breaks or holiday breaks, you are allowed to work 40 hours per week or para ka na rin nag-full-time. All right, so another exciting benefit as a student, and I think this is one of the things most international students are actually considering in a country or a study abroad destination, is if they can stay in that country after they finish their program. So in Canada, you will be granted a work permit after you finish your program, of course, as long as you meet the requirements. So if your program is less than 2 years or it's a 1-year program, then you are entitled for a 1-year postgraduate work permit. And if your program is 2 years or more, then you are entitled for a 3 years postgraduate work permit. As mentioned earlier by Ms. Rona, you cannot take a 6-month program because you will not be eligible for a postgraduate work permit. So the program has to be 8 months or longer. So most Filipinos, this is the only one. This is what usually they are considering, or what excites them to go to Canada is because they can bring their dependents. So when we say the dependents, of course, this is your spouse or your common law partner, and of course your children. So if you're 18 years old and above and you are still single, hindi nako-consider ang parents and your siblings as your dependents. So it should be your own family. However, we do not highly encourage to bring your dependents with you when applying as a student, because your family is your strongest home ties in the Philippines. So we are still applying as a student permit. We are not applying for migration. So we have to prove that you're still going back to the Philippines after you finish your program, and your family is your strongest ties here in the Philippines. Kaya sila yung babalikan mo after mo matapos yung program. However, this is up to you if you still want to bring your family. Hindi naman kami naghihindi. yun lang, lower chances of approval lang naman. Okay, so ayan. Once again, my name is Catherine and we are Kanata Education. We do provide free assessment, unlimited consultation, and of course, free assistance. We are not collecting any processing fees. We are only collecting a security deposit of 10,000 pesos, which later on you will use for your visa application and biometrics fee. So ayan, we will give you a call next week for program recommendation and consultation. You can always follow us on our social media pages. We have Instagram page and Facebook page. You can always send us a message. You can also book an appointment there for us. So if you want a specific time to be called, then you can just book a meeting. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. And this is it for our presentation.
All right. Thank you, Miss Catherine. So now we have time for your questions. So if you have questions for Kanata, and also Miss Rona Diaz from BCC is also she's still here to answer your questions.
Yes. So if you
So
have
you
any
can type.
questions for VCC, just type it there in the chat box and we will answer all of them. All right. So I think we have a question here for Miss Rona.
I came across
Yeah. Is there any healthcare program available?
So, kasi guys, funded kami by the provincial government, and it's the government that determines yung seat allocation namin and where we will devote our resources. Right now, ang health sciences, ang priority niya mga domestic mag-enroll sa health sciences. But may isa kaming program na pwede niyong applyan, yung Dental Technology Science, that's offered to international students. And it's basically, and to put it in a layman's term, yung learning the digital and traditional way of yung how to put braces, design. We offer that to international students. That's dental.
I believe dental, anything that is dental has also high rates in Canada. It's one of the high demand skill jobs in Canada. So that's a really good program.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Late this year, we will offer healthcare assistant program, good for 2 years. So watch out for that. End of the year pa.
That's great. Sir Francis, we have a question here. So I think they want to clarify if the 10,000 pesos or it's only 10,000 pesos, and if they are going to be it's going to be a DIY. So can you clarify more of our services?
Okay, the 10,000 pesos security deposit is ito na yung kailangan yung bayaran for us to assist your application for the school and also assist you on your visa application. And then this 10,000 pesos magagamit actually to for the payment for your visa and biometrics later on. So as long as you submit your application with us, and we will assist you on the school application, we will also assist your student visa application for free. So this 10,000 pesos, consumable siya, magagamit siya for the visa and biometrics payment. So no processing fee ang Kanata. We will assist you for free until makapagpa-approve kayo ng visa.
Yeah, so hindi siya DIY. You can always contact us if you have questions. We will also help you writing. We will also help you write your study plan as well as
Study plan.
all the required. Yes. Okay. So
just like what we mentioned, we will help you on the application of your student visa, because as an international student in Canada, ito yung permit na kukuha ninyo, hindi work permit. It's a temporary resident visa for students, but as an international student, pwede kayo mag-part-time job, 20 hours per week, and eligible kayo if mag-enroll kayo sa Vancouver Community College, which is part of the DLI. You will be given a postgraduate work permit wherein pwede pa kayo magstay in Canada to work full-time. So how long? It depends dun sa program na iti-take nyo sa VCC.
Yes, okay. Yes, Sir Glenn, you can always ask questions. Just type in your question on the chat box. Miss Rona, I have a question here for you. So the fees are depends on the program that you'll be taking, right?
Yes, that's right. So there are different, the amount varies per program, and it also depends on the credential and the length, of course. The longer, the higher the cost. What I'm going to do now is send to everyone yung summary ng fees namin, initial deposit fee, at saka first year estimate. That's the link. I just sent it to everyone for reference. Okay?
Okay, Miss Rona, I think important din to for international students kasi nag-aas sila na mention mo kanina na Vancouver is actually a city na medyo mataas yung living cost. How much ba per year yung kailangan i-prepare ni student kapag mag-aaral sila sa Vancouver City?
So that's a very good question, no? Indeed, relatively high ang cost of living sa Vancouver as compared to other places or cities. Pero imagine kung ang BC ay Philippines, ang Vancouver ay parang Metro Manila niya. So the reason why the cost of living is high kasi may price yung quality of life, may price yung abundant job opportunities available, may price yung livability ng Vancouver. So in terms of cost, it really depends on the program. What you need to do is determine muna yung program, check nyo kung how much yung tuition fee, tingnan nyo kung how much ang kailangan yung i-ready for the whole program duration, plus take into account of course yung accommodation po, yung cost of living, yung monthly food, ganon, yung monthly expenses ninyo, ano pa ba yung insurance, then yeah, basically those are, and contingency. So it will vary, Francis, no, depending on the program. But I have a friend who wants to apply in our culinary arts. Nag-compete kami, parang umabot sa 1.9 million or 2M as in for 2 years na yon. So again, it varies per program. Depende guys kung magkano yung, how much yung fees ng program na yon. Okay?
So basically, if for international students, so if mataas yung living cost dun sa city, it also equates for job opportunities, higher minimum wage. So kahit papaano, makakatulong yon for your living costs in Canada. And also if mataas talaga yung nakuha nyo na part-time job, mataas yung nakuha ng sweldo for part-time job, makakatulong din pambayad ng tuition fee.
That's correct. So we can do a cost-benefit analysis and you will see there, kung mag-work kayo guys, mababawi nyo ang inyong tuition fees when you start earning. For example, yung sa culinary arts and baking namin, culinary arts specifically, di ba may sarili kami mga restaurants, bakery, cafe, they are not paid, the students, but they get the tips. And tips pa lang from the customers, mataas na yon. So the students get the chance to keep those tips. So yeah, I mean, it has a price. Being in Vancouver has a price because the opportunities are there. Okay? That's why marami ang nag-aaral siguro sa remote areas because it's affordable. Then eventually they'll go to Vancouver. But that's where reputation comes in. VCC has the reputation. It's very important. Because we're very popular sa Metro Vancouver, our institution, may pangalan and madali makakuha ng work. That's why our employment rate stands at 95% on an average.
Yeah, and then
And
may
also, I
I
think-
also add na even if they will study at Vancouver Community College, they can live in the surrounding cities, which is Surrey or in Burnaby. So
Langley.
those are like lower living costs, but it's still close to Vancouver. It's like I think 30-minute SkyTrain. So that actually works as well. So even if you're studying in BCC, then you can take that option if you want to lower the cost of living. So yeah,
And
Miss
also there's
Rona,
a lot of
yeah.
there's a lot of Filipinos living in Vancouver. So yung adjustments nyo, siguro because of the climate then, that's why Filipinos chose the Vancouver city sa pagpunta nila or pag-migrate nila in Canada.
Right. So, just to give a tip, ang alam kong lowest ang cost of living sa BC, sa Surrey. Doon talaga tumitira yung mga students and doon din nakakabili ng bahay ang mga Filipinos. And if you take the SkyTrain or take the public transport, madali lang yun makapunta. Like what Catherine said, sa downtown campuses namin. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
We have a
Glenn?
question here from Richard Andante. So he is, can you mention again, Miss Rona, which programs doesn't require IELTS? I believe you have 3, right?
Yes. So these are our postgraduate diploma programs, meaning to say programs na pwedeng mag-upgrade ng college degree credential ninyo. Ang credential niya is diploma, post-degree diploma. These are business and project management, Canadian business management, and network technology administration and security. Dalawang business management, isang technology related. Okay, so we still accept applications for fall intakes. That's September 2021. Pero guys, paubos na siya. Kasi nga, I mentioned before, no, hindi kami nag-allocate ng seats per country. So paunahan ang mga countries mag-apply sa VCC kasi very in demand, very competitive ang programs kasi it has the reputation. Kung may kakilala kayong nasa Vancouver, I'm sure they know VCC. So you have to apply as soon as possible. Okay? Winter, pwede na rin mag-apply for those programs. Pero si Network Tech, September lang siya in-offer. So kung hindi kayo makaka-apply this fall, next year na, September 2021.
Yes. Okay. Rona, can you elaborate more on the student assistance dun sa paghahanap ng, let's say, part-time job or yung mga co-ops na required na tapusan ni student dun sa program niya? Nag-a-assist ba si BCC para makahanap sila ng mga company na pwede nilang mapag-applyan for their co-op?
Sure. So VCC is very supportive for this in order to really assist the students sa paghahanap ng, let's say, work placement, co-op, and para ma-comply yung required number of hours work experience. So what we do, kapag naging VCC student ka, meron kang My VCC account. And lahat ng mga jobs available, pinapublish doon ng VCC. Okay? We really supply the needed, the available job opportunities, but still the students need to apply. Okay? And we have very strong industry collaboration. So may mga long-time business partners na kami like sa BMW, sa Samsung. So these are commonly the companies hiring our students. And take hospitality management, for example, no? Kasi ito yung program na napakaraming Filipino students ang nag-enroll. Probably the reason is...
communal relations.
Probably the reason, guys, is sa hospitality management diploma, yung mga students, meron kaming tinatawag na interview week. So every year, we invite the top industry players, like the top hotels in Vancouver, to provide updates to the student, to hire students. So doon sila nakakahanap ng work. Another example, may group chat kami, yung mga Filipino students sa BCC, and I was told by the students na nahihirapan sila mag-work. So I immediately relayed that feedback to the international education team, to the program department head, and immediately nag-roll out sila ng mga available job opportunities. So the college will support you as much as possible. And of course, eventually, kailangan nyo rin syempre mag-exert ng hard work from your end to make sure you apply, to make sure you diligently look for jobs, but we will support you in the process. Kung may information talagang useful sa inyo, we will roll that out.
All right. Thank you, Rona. Question also, do you have campuses in Surrey, British Columbia, or only in Vancouver?
So sa downtown lang kami, sa Gastown. I'm not sure kung sino nakapunta ng Vancouver, yung very famous Gastown doon, across lang kami. Tapos si Broadway campus, then isa sa Delta. Pero wala kami sa Surrey.
All right. So also, For one-on-one assessment, so ano yung mga program recommendation na pwede sa inyo, we will have a one-on-one consultation and assessment on you. We will contact you next week, so make sure to put your full name, contact number, and email address dun sa chat box so we know sino yung mga kontakin. And also, if hindi nyo nabigay, you can always chat us or contact us with our social media accounts sa Facebook, sa Instagram, also in YouTube, available ang Kanata Educational Consultancy Services. Catherine?
Yes. Yeah. So guys, if you have any more questions for VCC, I think we have here one last question about culinary. Is there any other additional requirements for culinary program? And how long is this program, Miss Rona?
You mean any other requirements for culinary? Is that the question?
Yes, aside from the transcripts or your school credentials and the IELTS, of course, are there any requirements?
So yung mga baking pastry, artisan baking, culinary, kailangan nyo ng food safe certificate level 1. Pero mayroon kaming conditional admission. Pwede nyo ihabol yung food safe certificate level 1 kapag you can apply first, then once you're admitted, pwedeng to follow na lang yung food safe certificate level 1. You need to submit it before you start your classes. And you can get that certificate online. Pwede nyo yung i-take online. Okay? Catherine,
so they have to enroll.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So they have to enroll. They have to enroll to this food certificate online.
Yes.
With VCC.
Not with VCC. So lahat ng mga nasa food service industry, nasa restaurants, nasa bakeries, lahat ng mga nag-handle ng foods and nagsiserve sa public, required silang magkaroon ng food safe certificate sa British Columbia. So this is administered by a third party, bcfoodsafe.ca. Sila rin ang mag-i-administer ng exam. I heard it's very easy and it's level 1 and you can do it while in the Philippines. So like what I said, we can do a conditional admission. Ihabol nyo na lang ito before you start your classes. Okay?
Okay, that's great then. So guys, do you have any more questions? Just remember, for one-on-one consultation and program recommendation, we will give you a call next week. In the meantime, if you have no more questions for Vancouver Community College,
Catherine, I think I'm seeing questions. Okay lang, I'll read it. From Richard, regarding the business and project management, no need IELTS. No need for IELTS. Richard, kung may certificate ka na ng English proficiency, go na. Pwede ka na mag-apply for fall 2021. And we still accept applications for fall. Pero bilis lang kasi paubos na yung seats. You have your master's degree, so you're overqualified. Kasi ang minimum requirement lang namin is college. Therefore, no need to submit your master's degree kahit yung college transcript na lang. Okay? Then Sherman, dapat po ba whole year tuition fee ang babayaran? No need. Kung mag-SDS ka, as explained by Catherine, kailangan na whole year. Pero kung hindi naman regular stream, initial deposit lang, which is your payment towards the first term. Tapos 5,000 to 6,000 of that initial deposit is non-refundable. Pero kapag na-deny ang study permit nyo, guys, ibabalik namin yung full amount. Babawas lang kami ng $250 for the administrative fee. Glenn, I'm a bachelor in current teaching, specifically baking and culinary. May I ask how to apply the process upon enrolling? So,
we've already answered that question.
I think that's it.
Yes, that's it. So the others kasi are for program recommendation. That's why we're saying that we will give them a call next week.
Okay.
Because if we continue doing program recommendation,
we won't finish.
Yes, we won't be able to finish. So it's a lengthy conversation. We have to check their background. So that's why
definitely we will contact you next week.
All right. Maraming salamat.
Thank you so much, Miss Rona, for being with us
today.
Rona. Thank you so much, guys, for joining our afternoon session of webinar. Just wait for our call and wait for our next series of webinars. We will see you again next time. You can contact Kanata Education or Ms. Rona directly if you have further inquiries and other questions. Thank you so much, and we'll see you
Thank
again next
you.
time.
Take care,
Bye.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Rona. Thank you.